Okay, let's start with deaf. As deaf as a post is an idiom, which is also informal, means completely deaf. For example, granddad is as deaf as a post. Next, there is none so deaf as those who will not hear. It's a saying said about someone who has been given advice which they have chosen to ignore, or who has been told something which they do not want to believe. Next, detain. Detain somebody at his or her Majesty's pleasure is a UK legal phrase. Means to keep someone in prison for as long as the cause feel is necessary. Next, perilous. Word in peril. In peril means in great danger or something that is very dangerous. For example, I never felt that my life was in peril. Next, be fraught with peril also means in a situation which is very dangerous. For example, the journey through the mountains was fraught with peril, means full of dangers. Next, do something at one's peril means to do something that might be very dangerous for somebody. Means, for example, we underestimate the destructiveness of war at our peril. Next, precaution. Take precautions means, well, to contracept means to use methods that prevent a woman becoming pregnant. For example, if you are going to have sex, make sure you take precautions. Next, promise. For example, promise to be good, exciting, etc. means to be expected to be good, exciting, etc. For example, it promised to be a really exciting match. Next is an idiom. Promise somebody the earth or moon, but it's informal. Means to say that you will do much greater things than you will ever be able to achieve. For example, like most governments in their first term of office, they promise the earth. Next is an idiom, which is also informal. Promise. Something you say when someone says that they will do something and you do not believe them. For example, when I got some time, I will show you everything. Promise. Next, shred. A shred of means a very small of something. For example, there is still a shred of hope that peace agreement can be reached. Next, in shreds means a very badly torn. For example, my shirt was in shreds when I took it out of the washer. Next is an idiom which is not on the board. Kill, rape, somebody or something to threats means to strongly criticize a person or something they do, think, or say. For example, the critics tore his performance to shreds. Also, it means to damage someone or something badly. For example, my trousers were torn to shreds when I fell off the bike. Next, vent. Give vent to something means to express a negative emotion in a forceful and often unfair way. For example, the meeting will be an opportunity for everyone to give vent to their feelings. Next, vent. No. Next is spleen on. Vent one's spleen on somebody means to express a negative emotion in a forceful and often unfair way. For example, please don't shout. There is no need to vent your spleen on me. Next, eye. Make eyes at somebody. It's an old-fashioned phrase, means to look at someone with sexual interests. For example, she was making eyes at him all evening. Next, not take your eyes off somebody or something means to not stop looking at someone or something. For example, he was so handsome, I could not take my eyes off him. Next, only have eyes for somebody means to be interested in or attracted to only one person. For example, you have no need to be jealous. I only have eyes for you. Next, roll your eyes means to move your eyes upwards and as a way of showing that you are annoyed or bored after someone has done or said something. Next, take your eye off the ball. No, take your eye off the ball means not to give your attention or to what you are doing at the time. For example, if you are a manager, you can't afford to take your eye off the ball for 1 minute. Next, to my eye, used when giving your opinion about the appearance of something or someone. For example, you see, to my eye, she looks better without makeup. Next, with your eyes open means knowing about all the problems that could be with something you want to do. For example, I went into this marriage with my eyes open. Next, with your eyes shut means if someone could do something with their eyes shut, they could do it very easily because they have done it many times. For example, I could do that journey with my eyes shut. Also, it means noticing nothing. For example, half of the time you go around with your eyes shut. Next, eyeing somebody up is an informal phrase. Means to look at someone with sexual interests. For example, that guy in the gray jacket has been eyeing you up all evening. Next, eye something up is informal. An informal phrase means to look closely at something that you are interested in. For example, I saw you eyeing up that chocolate cake. Next is an idiom. Be up to your eyeballs in something means to be very busy with something. For example, I'm up to my eyeballs in reports. Next, eyeball to eyeball. If you are eyeball to eyeball with an enemy or someone you are arguing with, you deal with them in a direct way. Next is an idiom. Raise your eyeballs to show means to show surprise by moving your eyeballs upwards. That's it.